Hello guys, and welcome to the second episode of Gods of SC2. This one, we're gonna take a closer look at the second game between INnoVation and Serral at the Nation Wars 2019 finals. This one took longer than the first, and Serral managed to show us a different style, and I find this pretty interesting and strong way to beat mech. It consists of Hydra, Lurker, Viper. As some of you may know, Lurkers did get buff this recent patch, so now they have +1 range, and with 10 range, now they're more scary, obviously, and you'll see how Serral manages to utilize that. In this game also Serral decides to open with 17 gas, 17 pool. In this way he can make some links, go across the map, snipe the SCV, but also have a faster Zergling speed, so he can take his turret without getting blocked by the Reaper and an SCV. So in this game you'll see how Serral will find the SCV that's going to block his turret or try to block his turret, and snipe it with the Zergling. So there he sees the SCV. It's pretty common on maps where the Terran knows what turret base Zerg wants to take, and try to deny that by sending a worker, so the Zerg cannot take the third base at 215-ish. So here, yeah, like
newly birthed queen ready.
INnoVation just scouts and wants to save the SCV. Also, he's expecting some link attack maybe. That's why he uses the Reaper defensively. Serral is quite alright with this. Now he's just waiting for speed. After he gets speed, he can try and snipe that Reaper if it's still there. And the plan is just to drone up right now. He can take a third base now. He's also getting Overlord speed, so you'll get a good scout. This is a fresh mule, and he knows that. And this is great here. So he snipes the mule and goes back. Here a lot of Zergs would have gone for the SCVs as well. Even if you kill those SCVs, maybe one, maybe two, the Hellions will take care of their Zerglings. And what Serral wants is to still have that threat on the map, so INnoVation would feel scared to move out with the Hellions. Now INnoVation wants to find the Zerglings, but Serral can counter that easily by knowing where the Hellions went with his Overlord. Now he goes and snipes another mule. And that's very, very big. He hasn't even lost a single link yet. And two mules, like two fresh mules, have died.
Swarm forces, queen attack.
INnoVation tries some offensive play here, but does not achieve much. He's now gonna lose even a Alien and a Reaper. That's a very, very bad start for INnoVation. Also, Serral managed to see that it's PCs again, so the response for him is just to continue making queens for now. And drones, because he has enough Zerglings here.
Forces under attack.
Yes, 16 Zerglings. He can defend and also he can put some pressure on. Have some map control with the Zerglings and vision with the Overlords. He's making also a Roach Warren,
Forces under attack.
just to make the defense even easier. He's getting a scout. He sees double gas at the second base, so this confirms mech. If you see gases this early, it's definitely mech, like a bio doesn't need the gases yet. Maybe he can start the gases about now, but not before engineering base and like pre-rex setup. And with BC, like that's expensive, so the bio transition would be delayed.
Cluster under direct assault.
And there's the first BC. It tries to snipe a queen. Not able to.
Command unacceptable.
Manages to kill 4 drones with the Hellions, but still that was
Under attack.
very well defended early harass here. Now it can get a bit tricky because roaches might have been out of position, but now everything is fine. Like the queens are in position, they can heal the roaches, and INnoVation has to go back. So the first wave
Swarm forces under
of
attack.
INnoVation's harassment has been held, so Serral is free to drone up again, get some upgrades, start infestation pit, and that's gonna be very important because Serral also goes for Hydroden, and in this case, if you want to deal with battle cruisers, getting a Spire is the safest option. In this case, Hydras are not as good as Corruptors, so you need some kind of support for that. So getting Infestation Pit and Hydroden at the same time means that he's gonna use Infestors as a way to counter the battle cruisers, because Hydras are just not very good at that. And right now Serral prepares a counterattack, and again he finds fresh mules. You can also do this in your games where you see that the Terran is harassing with a Hellion somewhere and you have roaches to defend plus queens, so you don't really need the Zerglings to defend there. You can send them to counterattack, and that's great because battle cruisers can defend but they're slow, so Zerglings will escape. And at this time INnoVation doesn't have tanks yet in position, and also we know where the Hellions are. So now he loses the Zerglings, but that's okay, like they did what they had to.
Swarm forces under attack.
Right now Serral is getting some spores as well to make the defense easier and buy some time before the queens can defend.
Sequences. Newly birthed queen. Mineral cluster.
It's very important to have vision like this. If you're struggling with this, you should practice, getting some overlords around your base. The creep provides vision, so you can position your units appropriately. Because right here, you want the roaches defending this base, while the queen's defending this and this. It's difficult because they're ground units, so it will take some time to walk from here to here. That's why you have some spores to buy enough time before the BCs will start killing like important stuff, like drones. Now,
Mineral field depleted.
Serral is getting Neuroparasite, also Hydro range, getting into Hive. So what he wants is just to buy it some time, not take too much damage. Losing queens here, it's not ideal, but it's not game ending. Like, they did their job. They defended earlier. And now INnoVation saw the infestors, so he's scared and had to teleport back. So the second wave of aggression is held again by Serral without taking too much losses, if any. 5 drones, so he lost like 1 drone. And he obviously dealt some counter damage with the links. So Serral should feel in a very, very nice position here.
Mineral field exhausted.
He has 8 gas. He's going for Hydras, which means he's probably gonna go into lurkers as well. Let me see. Yeah. Now, obviously here you have already an idea of the Serral's composition. I think INnoVation might also know that, because he saw like Hydras. Let me see. He's getting actually Thors. I think like against lurkers, Thors are really bad. So maybe INnoVation doesn't really know that it's gonna be lurkers yet. He can guess by seeing the Hydras, but it can just be Hydra Viper. I think Hydra Lurker Viper is way better though, because the lurkers do provide a lot of damage against mechanical units and against buildings as well. Plus some range, some extra range. So here INnoVation finds some nice damage, but it's kind of too late already. Serral is closing 200 supply, and 10 drones at this point are like nothing. He can make them easily.
Mineral field deplete. Swarm forces under attack.
As you see here, Serral made some lurkers up to 4. So his composition is ready. So he's ready to fight. Key thing here is that he hasn't dealt with the battle cruisers yet. And you see, like, if you haven't seen this game, this is gonna be a very, very cool moment. Because this is the only way for INnoVation to deal some counter damage and not allow Serral to have free reign and attack. Take some good trades with the Vipers. Battle cruisers can deny bases and escape easily. Now, with this move right here, Serral secured maybe his victory even. Because as I said earlier, like, right now INnoVation has no way to counterattack besides Hellions. But at this point Serral will start getting, yeah, some spine crawlers. And the reinforcements from the hatcheries can deal with the Hellions. So Serral just has free time here to abduct tanks, abduct Thors, And you see here,
Swarm forces under attack.
slowly but surely he'll get way better trades over time. Of course, tanks do have higher range than the lurkers, so he has to be careful. But Vipers will counter tanks. A key moment here I want to go back is how to, like, this might seem difficult to control, but here's what you want to do. Burrow the lurkers, have Hydras below them on hold position, and just abduct with the Vipers. So the only thing you want to control right here is the Vipers. Position your Hydras right here, and with the Vipers just abduct into the lurker Hydra. With this composition, what you want is to have good trades. Not allow a 5th base, and just starve the Terran. Because right now Serral has 5 bases, taking a 6th. And obviously INnoVation has a command center here, but he hasn't taken a 5th yet. And on this map it's kind of difficult. So Serral is just putting pressure when INnoVation wants to expand, because he's running low on minerals and gas, and probably at this point his first base is mining out and his second base is soon to follow. He has like maybe a minute or so of mining time before his income will drastically fall down. Like right now you see a lot of minerals mined, that's because of the Muse, but the gas here is also very important. Maybe even more important. Very methodical way. And basically this is gonna be the way Serral wins this game. This is his plan. Abduct into his Hydra Lurker and contain him to not take like more bases. Mech units are expensive and take a lot of time to build, so whenever he kills a Thor or a tank, it's very painful for Inno. Losing lurkers is expensive, but he can make them faster than Inno can make mech units. Also, Serral knows he has better economy, and that will allow him to like reinforce quicker. And here you can already see the supply, like heavily in Serral's favor.
Swarm forces under attack.
There's some cute moves here. He tries to be more annoying while just splitting INnoVation's attention here. Also in this case, workers denied the gas here. That's also one small thing, but it adds up for sure. Like you can, on this map, you can put down a lurker here and just deny these gases easily. While maybe attack here or attack here, this ramp. Like destroy debris and have a nice time. So from here it's just kind of slow death for Inno. You see some moves with the Hellions. He definitely wants to deal some damage back. Here he'll find a lot of drones, but it's kind of too late already, because he's still on 4 base saturation, and Serral has like 6 bases. Even if he loses like 30 drones, he can remake them. He's still maxed out. So this should have allowed Inno to take maybe this base here. instead of this. I believe like this will be easier to defend than this. The distance between this base and this base is big, or it's bigger than between this base and this base. It's still gonna be hard though. Even if it takes this base, then this location here is gonna get more vulnerable. It's hard to split the mech army into 3 positions and like defend there cost efficiently. Now another cute move here, using the infestors after they did their job against the battle cruisers to steal some tanks, and yeah, those are some cute moves, not like necessary really. Instead, I believe Serral might have just went into Spire and Greater Spire, because at this point what INnoVation is making is probably tanks only, and with tanks only he might be able to defend or just stay longer into the game, but Broodlords will just finish this off because there's no anti-air. And even with a couple of Thors, those are not scary because he has a bunch of Vipers. But Serral just wants to be this might be, what I'm saying might be a little risky, because he doesn't really have a bank yet, and he's constantly trading. He knows that he's trading cost efficiently, so this style is working. He doesn't really have to change it.
Hive cluster under direct assault.
But in your games, if you want to, like, if you play, like, obviously you play on a lower level, just making 10 brutes right here will finish the game. Use the brutes below the Hydra lurker, or above the Hydra lurker, and just with the same idea, with the Vipers abduct the Thors, abduct the Vikings, and mech is no longer scary. Here INnoVation tried to take the lower base, not successful, and soon you'll see that the game will be over.
Mineral cluster expended. Mutation complete.
Like, he's desperate to take a base right now. It's 15 minutes, he's still on 4 bases. This is almost completely mine out. This is mine out also. This is starting to mine out. This is still fresh. Kind of. But not for long. He desperately needs another base, and Serral is not allowing him to take that. He's getting some Vikings. Unfortunately he loses them, and he doesn't have the money to remake them easily. Abduct and sniping the mech units one by one. The gas income right now is almost double. The mineral income is the same, but it doesn't really matter, because both the mech composition and the Zerg composition is relying on gas heavily, and in this case Serral is just having better income and better trading. So eventually this game will end. As I like, and this time again, what Serral might have wanted after this trade is to transition into Broodlords if he had the Greater Spire. It's not necessary though, he's winning with this composition easily. It will just take maybe a few minutes more.
Swarm forces under attack. Command unacceptable.
And yeah, now he's reached that position. He's taking off
Exhausted.
the reinforcements, couple of command centers. INnoVation has finally secured his 5th and mining from there. But Serral is just trading at his 3rd, and now he'll deny the mining from here as well. So this is very
Swarm forces.
hard for INnoVation to properly deal with this.
Swarm forces under attack.
No, Serral just played a fantastic game here. Nothing could have really done.
Swarm
The
forces under attack.
the position he was in, it just didn't allow him to do much. Maybe the doors he was making weren't good. Instead, I believe against this you have to go a couple of goes to just EMP, because this is just endless
Mutation complete.
cost-efficient trading from the Zerg using the Vipers. The other thing that might counter that is a lot of Vikings. The problem is
Swarm forces.
the Viper still abducts and can use parasitic bomb on the Vikings. So Vikings shouldn't really be the answer here. And here you just see the power of this style.
Direct assault.
Let's see the unit close tab. It definitely looks better for Serral. Not amazing, but considering he has double the amounts of bases mining, it's more than
Forces
good.
under attack.
And this is it, guys. Thank you for watching.